So as the news keeps on piling towards Avengers Endgame, once again we find ourselves at an interesting crossroads. The film is still sitting at around 3 hours, but it looks like that might be a little bit easier on some of us, or those that just like to go to the bathroom. I've talked about this before when it comes to comic book movies, and I'll talk about it probably forever, because sometimes a movie feels just long enough, even when it's long. You know, like Avengers Infinity War was a long movie, but I never felt like it was bogged down by anything. I never felt like it slowed down and came to a crawl, and I never felt bored. Subsequently, there's other movies out there, even within the MCU, like Ant-Man and the Wasp, for example, where it was a shorter movie, but I still felt like it was maybe a little bit too long during some things. And this just kind of happens, you know, this is kind of the nature of what happens. Well, Avengers Endgame's still currently testing and sitting at around 3 hours, and now brand new rumors are coming in that we could possibly be in for an intermission. Now, of course, some of you that might not know because you've never experienced this, long movies sometimes have intermissions. Essentially, if the movie is too long for people to be able to watch it in one sitting, they give you a little bit of a break right there in the middle, and you can go to the bathroom, go get new popcorn or a new drink or something, come back, and the movie's going to continue. Most recently, that comes to mind, at least to me, is The Hateful Eight. That one had an intermission and people did not turn away from it. You know, it was just something that goes. But there's been plenty of movies that clock in at long runtimes that don't have an intermission themselves. Look at The Lord of the Rings, for example. Long movies, no intermission. Specifically the last theatrical one, The Return of the King. That was a long theatrical movie itself, but it didn't feature it. So this is all kind of going to, I think, shake out in the next couple of weeks. We'll know the details, specifically when they confirm the runtime. And honestly, I don't think I would even care if it did. Whatever. It is what it is. I'll see it regardless. Many people will. But I think Disney probably wants to try to avoid this at all costs, just because of the nature of when the movie's coming out, how much competition it has a couple weeks after with Godzilla 2 or King of Monsters and Detective Pikachu. They probably want to try to get a large sum of money right before that. So cutting it under so they don't need an intermission would probably be the best bet. But then again, who knows? Like I keep saying, I don't think anybody's going to turn away from the movie if it's 3 hours long. Hell, that might push more people to see it because they're getting their money's worth way more than most movies out there. I mean, some movies are clocking in at an hour and a half. So who really knows, right? How do you guys feel about this, though? Let me know.